Exposure technology is a key feature exclusive to 3ds Max Design 2009 for simulating and analyzing sun, sky, and artificial lighting in a 3D scene. Ideal for sustainable architecture projects, this powerful feature set has been designed to assist architects in evaluating light intensity in their design. This can help facilitate the evaluation of indoor environment quality required, for example, LEED certification. Let's have a look at this project to see how we can easily set your lighting analysis. This project was imported from Revit with the new FBX import option. Lighting analysis work really well with Revit scenes, especially if they have been set up with the new Pro materials. Lighting analysis also work with projects directly built in Max as long as they are airtight. I want to analyze here if my boardroom that are located on the corner of my building receive enough sunlight in order not to have to use artificial lighting. From the top view, you can see the location of my boardroom. They both have floor-to-ceiling window on the west side. I want to recreate the sun and adjust my render to have a nice image. I know that if my image is nice and bright, my lighting analysis will be fine. I have placed a shading panel here in the window, which is explaining why I don't have harsh shadow in my scene. We'll have a look at all of that in a minute. So first of all, I need to find out if my 3D model is ready to receive a light analysis with the help of the light analysis assistant. If any of the settings are wrong in your scene, it will indicate you in the bottom corner how many settings are wrong. Under the General tab, you can find out if your rendering settings are fine. One of the common mistakes would be your frame buffer. Let's change it here so you can see what would happen. It would show you in bold letters that it's invalid, and it would show you the solution. At the bottom of your window, it would indicate that you have one wrong setting. You could also decide to load the lighting analysis preset that will automatically adjust everything for you. Under the lighting panel, everything that has to do with light. Now it's showing me that I have no lighting at all, so let's create a sun and sky system. Under Create System, you will find your sun and sky system. Just say yes to the first pop-up question telling you to use a mental ray photometric exposure control, and yes to the second question about physical sky. Both of those option settings are the one you need for light analysis. So first, we'll switch our sky system to PRES all-weather model, which will lock the sky setting, and then we'll drive the sun from a weather data file that you will find on the web. On the Energy Plus weather data, by browsing to the appropriate region of your project, in this case North America, Canada, and Vancouver, BC. The advantage of doing this is that basically you guarantee that the sun and sky brightness is driven based on measured information. What this website does is to collect information about weather conditions around the world with historical data. So by using the EPW file in your scene, you're guaranteed that your lighting analysis is exact and based on measured data. From here, you can pick a day, typically solstice or equinox, and a preferred time. For this particular scene, we'll do June 21st at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You could also choose to do an analysis over a period of time and render an animation. You just have to set your start and end date and time. You can skip certain time if you want, perhaps like nighttime and weekends. And you choose your frame period, then match your timeline. For now, we'll stick to the set date and time, and you can see my sun being automatically adjusted. Let's go back to our lighting analysis assistant and find out what it says. If I click the update status button, it will show me now my sun and sky based on the weather data file and PRES model. Keep in mind that if you would do an indoor analysis, you would need to use photometric lighting with IES data file information based on real life to achieve an accurate result. For example, if I drop a regular OmniLight in my scene, it would tell me right away that I have an invalid setting. So light analysis work only with real life data, like IES information that you can also find on the web. If we move on to the Material tab, we find out that only Pro material and Architecture and Design material are the valid material to do light analysis because they are physically based. I set up my scene here with a default white matte Architecture and Design material and use a clear glazing Pro material for the windows. Light analysis are material dependent, so you want to be careful on what material you are using. Now that I know that my scene is correctly set up, I am ready to move to part 2 and do a light analysis overlay or place a light meter on my scene.